So this week I started strong. I started some new habits. It's a new year, 2021. We started a new challenge. I literally announced this on Monday, and I had the best intentions to get all of the good works done such that we wouldn't be in this situation today. But it's today, and we're nearing our deadline, and I haven't started. It's 2:52 p.m., which means that it is exactly 2 hours and 8 minutes until I have to either have this online or be paying someone money. So, one of the things I realized all week long as I was going about coming up with ideas is I don't have a system to create these vlogs in a good way. So I figured that's probably a pretty good way to kill two birds with one stone. So right now, in this moment, for this very first episode of my vlog, my weekly vlog journey, the first of my 12 weeks is going to be about how to make a vlog. Here we go. There we go. And we're focused. So, one thing I feel like I need to call out, and one of the biggest pain points I feel like I have in content creation, is I can never figure what the heck to do with this. And short of shaving it off, I feel like this is why it's always beanie season in this house. So I just gotta call that out for full transparency, because I know there's people like Victor Gravilli out there that will sit there and they will look at me and say, Ferg, you're not a surfer, you're not Shaggy from Scooby-Doo because you don't have a dog, though you probably smell like Shaggy would, and you need to figure it out. Anyway, the point of this video is to give you an idea of how I create my vlogs. But when I say you, I actually mean future Ferg, so you remember how to do this so you don't get into this situation again. And to boil vlog content creation down into something that's manageable and systematic, I like to look at it using 3 easy steps. And as I say easy, I feel like I'm patronizing myself, because if they were so fucking easy, why isn't this vlog done yet? I don't know. I need my notebook. The reason why I grabbed my notebook is that this is where all of my ideas lie. All of my extensive ideas that I worked really hard this past week to come up with. Yes, it's blank. So the reason why it's blank is that I feel like one of the biggest areas I have for improvement as an artist is taking time to actually do creative stuff for me. That's part of the reason why I have basically strapped a doomsday device to my content creation chest and have been like, I'm gonna pay a lot of money if I don't focus on actually making time for my craft and my creative. So that's why I'm doing these vlogs. And as is evidenced by the fact that we're down to the wire, I need to do a lot better job of this next week. Now, part of the reason why I grabbed my notebook again is the fact that pre-production is one of the cheapest, easiest, most accessible ways for you to upgrade your video production. And it's gonna give you some intention, it's gonna give you some time to jam on different ideas that might actually make it into the final video, and that's super helpful in moments like this, when you have to get a video out the door. So if I were to have done my job appropriately and effectively and actually, I would have written 6 things in my journal. And the 6 things are basically my templates for approaching any kind of video project. My background is in communications, strategy, and meeting people where they're at, communicating them the information they need to know the most at the time that it matters the most to them. Why do I say this? That helps me then color in my roadmap of communication ideas using video skills. So the 6 different tips that I'm about to kind of go through help break down how I separate the communications from the creative and how I then blend those together into video. Here are the first 3 things, and this is for the communication side of video pre-production. It goes through your objectives that you want people to feel, think, or do once they experience your video project piece, the artwork that you're actually creating. So it's literally just that. The first 3 things that I'm gonna write down in my notebook are, what do I want people to think, feel, and do when they watch my videos? Why do I do this? The reason why I do that is it makes sure that I am focused on achieving a goal and meeting someone where they're at, kind of emotionally, kind of intellectually, kind of what I want them to do after they've watched this video. And by getting super clear on think, feel, and do, it kind of helps the video just get out of the station with some momentum, so that way when people actually watch the video, it's not superfluous. Because I think a lot of times when I go at things just creatively, when I go at it just to make something look good or feel good, I miss out on actually driving someone to a place, to do a thing, to feel a way, to have an idea. So those are my communication objectives. The next 3 topics that I cover when I'm in pre-production is literally the beginning, the middle, and the end. I'm sure we've all heard this at some point or another, or felt it when you've watched a movie, and as we make content, these are just little tiny movies, so why would they be any different? So I start at the beginning, where are we gonna pick people up? There's all that middle stuff, and then at the end where we're gonna leave people off. And hopefully, between the beginning, the middle, and the end of the video that I've created, people have thought, felt, and done, or are going to do the things that I want them to do in my communications objectives. That's pretty cool. So if I were to run you through my communications objectives for this video, I want you to think that I'm committed to my craft. Even though we've procrastinated, I want you to feel that I am earnest, I am determined, I'm a little quirky, and maybe need to work on my procrastination skills. And what I want you to do, I want you to hopefully have tuned into this video. That was Monday's video function, and I want you to stay motivated to keep watching the next 12 weeks. That's what my hope is, and if I do a good job with all the creative, the way that I'm telling the story, maybe you will. Where's my beginning, middle, and end? Well, the beginning is the fact that it's in 3:06, we are less than 2 hours from deadline. The middle is going to be all of this stuff that I'm compiling right now, and the end is, well, that's whether or not I get this out in time. Cool, let's move on. Let's move on. That's pre-production, that's the first step of video production, that's what I need to systemize. We're gonna go on to production. Okay, so if we're into production, I figure I might as well give you a little tour around how I produce, what the tools are that I use, and why I go ahead and use them. So this is, if you've ever followed me on Instagram, and you're probably watching this on Instagram or Facebook right now, you've probably seen the way that I've made videos in 2020, and this is my corner. It just has a lot of crap in it right now, and I kind of wanted to do that, show you, making sure my focus is good. What I use, like what this kind of gamut of stuff is and why. It's very specific, it's very intentional. There's a big reason why I have this stuff, and there's also a big reason why it's all out right now, and also usually very accessible. So I'm just gonna go through things really quick. So this is the camera that I shot on for all of last year, the end part of last season when I was doing all my IGTV stuff with its monitor. This is my Sony a7 III. It's what you just saw. It's a great camera, shoots 4K, shoots HD 120, all that different stuff, but most importantly, it just is a pretty functional little video camera. Has some different like features that make it super useful as a content person. Yeah, it's great, it's wonderful. Problem is, it doesn't have autofocus, so when I turn around like this, and my face focuses, that's something that Keaton does. I think that I'm almost meant to full time, but that's a bit like weird to figure out. This bad boy is new today. The way that I kind of got interested in media and doing things with communications was through doing the morning announcements and doing pep assemblies when I was in high school. I just kind of have realized that there's nothing stopping me from creating my own radio show in my little basement apartment here, and this is a Shure SM7B on a stand that can then be brought on over to my computer, and I feel like there's going to be some vlog content that's happening there. That's actually how I shot the opening shot with the A7 III, and then I used the audio from the Shure, to get things rocking and rolling. My little gear cage is right here. We have the bottom, that's where audio goes. Then we have the lights, that's where the aperture gets packed away. We have lenses, and then just some cool shit on the top because I feel like it's awesome. If you're a person that likes touching things, this is the best toy in the world because it's so tactile and wonderful. Finally, we have the Aperture 120D, which is probably the biggest game changer I have found last year. Like, yeah, we got camera, but light, it's wonderful. It just, I feel like a moth drawn to a flame. So between all of these different things, very intentional lights, camera, and audio, that's what's been coming together to create the content that you've seen. So this is also a 5D Mark IV that I'm currently using to record this with a Zoom H5 and a shotgun attachment on it. Now, I've heard some people memeing about how a lot of content creators will say it's not really about the gear. You can make content with anything, and then they show you this shit. And you're probably sitting there going like, you just told me to use my iPhone to make content and you have all of this. Yeah, that's true. But we started somewhere, and we started on our phones. We started with notebooks, and that's how we executed the content that helped us elevate our game, learn what we needed, and then make specific decisions to get what we needed right here. I don't have the most gear in the world. I don't have the best gear in the world, but it sure as hell works for me. And this production gear gets really, really important when you are, let's see, hold on. How far away from me are we? We are an hour and 45 minutes away from deadline, and I need to make sure this gear works. It works reliably. I can stand up to like the heat of a content kitchen that is as hot as mine is right now, and it does the job. So, okay, we're gonna go for a little walk and talk about production. I think we got some golden hour sun going on right now. So I want to take a little bit of time just to talk about like content production, video production, and the stigmas around it, because I feel like that's literally what I've been stumbling over all week long in regards to why I have not actually started doing the content stuff. And one of the words that I love, one of the phrases I love, I heard it a little while ago, is this idea of a zone of genius. And one of the things that I think I'm really good at is showing up really well on camera and providing value to people, especially when it comes to content and where to go next, how to like kick yourself in the butt. And I'm hoping that maybe I can be a bit of a lightning rod, that my journey and the fact that I'm actually doing the thing will inspire some other people to do that as well. The thing that I'd like for you to take away from production, or at least my production process, is like, well, we're gonna dodge the sun real quick. Yeah, okay. That I'd like you to take away from my production process is like, get gear, get production tools that are accessible, that make sense for you to use, that like work for you in your production process, and then like find a message that speaks to you. And don't worry about it being perfect, just do it. The fact that you're sharing your message is more important than what the message actually is. Take that first step, try something. All right, so the vlog's not done yet, and it's 3:33, and I still gotta edit it. This clip is literally going to go into the vlog, and now it's down to the clock. It's down to the wire as to whether or not this actually goes live. So that's exciting, I guess. Stay tuned. Chime at 5 again, first person. If I fuck this up, you get $100. Cool. So that's that. Now that's out of the way. Now it's time to edit. And it's time to edit quickly, efficiently, and the best way to do that is to jump into your editor of choice. Mine's Premiere Pro, and follow your objectives you laid out in pre-production. Remember our notebook over there? Our notebook. Usually what I'll do is I'll plan through in pre-production, like again, the beginning, the middle, and the end. I'll speak to the communication objectives as I'm doing the video production. That's one of the benefits of being like a kind of host in the video, because you already know what's going on, you know the flow. And then all you need to do is go up into your editor and look at your pre-production script and just put things in order. So I'm gonna jump on over to this bad boy right now, and I'll talk to you soon. See you on the other side, friends.